Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most influential and controversial business books ever written, Trump, The Art of the Deal by Donald J. Trump and Tony Schwartz. Before we dive in, please remember to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts. Your support helps us continue creating deep dive content that inspires growth, success, and self-mastery. Now let's begin. The story of The Art of the Deal is not just about real estate or money. It's about mindset, the way Donald Trump approaches opportunity, risk, negotiation, and power. It begins in the world of Manhattan real estate, but its principles extend far beyond business, into leadership, personal vision, and the psychology of success. Trump describes his life week by week, showing how he balances multiple deals, navigates politics, handles setbacks, and still keeps his eyes locked on the prize. What makes this book special is not the wealth or fame behind it, but the raw, detailed look into the mind of someone who refuses to think small. The first lesson we learn is the power of thinking big. Trump doesn't just dream of one building. He dreams of reshaping skylines. Thinking big creates energy. It attracts people, opportunities, and even resistance that pushes you to rise higher. In his world, thinking small is a self-imposed limitation. When you allow yourself to imagine greatness, your confidence expands, and so does your ability to act. The lesson here is clear. Success begins in your mind long before it shows up in your bank account. But dreaming big means little without protecting your downside. Trump emphasizes that every deal carries risk, sometimes massive risk. Yet what separates winners from losers is preparation. He never enters a deal without knowing how to exit it safely. He runs numbers backward, imagines worst-case scenarios, and creates backup plans for every possibility. This mindset isn't pessimism, it's strategic realism. When you secure your downside, your confidence to move boldly skyrockets because you know you can't be wiped out by one bad bet. From there, he reveals the importance of maximizing your options. Trump never lets himself get boxed into one outcome. He keeps multiple irons in the fire, several deals, several possibilities, always leaving room for change. Why? Because the world is unpredictable. When one path closes, another opens. Flexibility gives power. It's the difference between desperation and dominance. And when you have options, you have leverage, one of Trump's favorite words. Leverage, as he defines it, is everything you control that someone else needs. It's knowledge, timing, relationships, and perception. He understood that in business, perception often becomes reality. If people believe you're successful, they treat you as successful, and that treatment opens doors that were once locked. Trump used publicity masterfully. He created an image of success so strong that it fueled real success. He didn't just make deals, he made himself the deal. Which brings us to another core principle, the art of self-promotion. Some criticize it as arrogance, but in Trump's playbook, it's essential marketing. He knew that attention is currency. The more people talk about you, the more opportunities appear. Whether it's media, advertising, or word of mouth, he mastered the art of keeping his name in the conversation. And he reminds us, if you don't tell your story, someone else will, and they won't tell it the way you want. But hype means nothing without delivery. Trump insists on over-delivering. When people expect something good, give them something great. That extra effort, that surprise element, it builds reputation, loyalty, and respect. Every project he touches becomes a reflection of his identity. He obsesses over detail because detail separates amateurs from masters. The marble floors, the gold finishes, the perfect lighting. Those weren't vanity choices. They were part of the experience. People don't just buy a product. They buy how it makes them feel. Yet the journey isn't all glamour. Trump talks about setbacks, tough negotiations, and moments when deals fall apart. He teaches the art of staying emotionally detached. In business, he says, don't take things personally. If someone rejects your offer or undercuts your deal, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's part of the game. By removing emotion, you gain clarity. You can see opportunities hidden in rejection, lessons buried in failure, and strategies inside defeat. Then comes one of his most underrated lessons: know your market. Trump didn't just build, he studied. He learned what people wanted, what investors needed, and what the city demanded. He gathered information relentlessly. Knowledge became his weapon. Too many people guess in business. Trump doesn't guess, he calculates. He studies demographics, timing, and demand until he finds the perfect opening. Then he strikes fast and confidently. He also emphasizes persistence. Deals can take months or years. Bureaucracy, politics, financing, everything can slow you down. But persistence wins where talent alone fails. Trump describes moments of pure frustration, but his mantra is clear: never, ever give up. Persistence creates breakthroughs because most people quit right before they succeed. The longer you stay in the game, the more chances you have to win. Throughout the book, Trump reveals the human side of ambition. He admits he loves the game itself, not just the rewards. That's another major lesson. Enjoy what you do. If you love the process, you'll have the energy to keep going long after others burn out. He thrives on the challenge, the negotiation, the creative tension of making deals work. Passion, he says, is the secret weapon that keeps winners moving forward. Trump's early experiences with his father also shape his philosophy. Fred Trump taught him discipline, cost control, and respect for craftsmanship. Donald expanded those lessons into his own empire, blending conservative financial principles with aggressive expansion. The combination of caution and boldness, that paradox, became his formula for success. Another key insight: momentum matters. When you achieve one win, even a small one, leverage it into the next opportunity. Success attracts success. Media, investors, and partners pay attention to momentum. Keep your projects moving, your name visible, and your confidence high. The more you act like a winner, the more doors open. The book also dives into negotiation psychology. Trump believes negotiation is not about manipulation, it's about power balance. You have to understand what the other side wants more than they do. Then you position your offer as the solution. But never show desperation. He advises being unpredictable. A little mystery keeps people on their toes. The best deal makers are part strategist, part psychologist. As the story continues, we see Trump manage massive projects like the Grand Hyatt, Trump Tower, and his Atlantic City casinos. Each chapter illustrates principles in action: financing strategies, partnerships, zoning battles, media relations, and political navigation. You start to see a pattern. Success is a sequence of smart, consistent moves executed with confidence. He also talks about time management, running multiple deals simultaneously without losing focus. He delegates tasks but stays involved in crucial details. This balance between control and trust allows him to scale. Leaders, he explains, must think like generals. Oversee the battlefield but let skilled soldiers execute. By the end of The Art of the Deal, one truth becomes clear. Trump's world runs on vision, negotiation, and relentless confidence. But beneath the bravado lies structure, discipline, preparation, and adaptability. Every risk he takes is measured, every move calculated, every loss turned into a future win. And that's perhaps the biggest takeaway of all. Success is a crafted art, not an accident. This book isn't about copying Trump. It's about learning how to think strategically, act boldly, and see opportunity where others see obstacles. It's about developing a mindset that thrives under pressure and creates results through vision and persistence. If you enjoyed this deep exploration of Trump, The Art of the Deal, make sure to check out the complete audiobook summary on our channel, where we unpack every principle, strategy, and story in even greater depth. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your favorite lesson or insight below. Thank you for watching, and remember, in life and business, the greatest deal you'll ever make is with yourself.